Thousands of seekers, most of them from broken or unstable families, and already emotionally wounded, are becoming victims of the gurus. Rajneesh is one of India's most controversial gurus.
Rajneesh would come out twice a day in one of his 96 Rolls Royces and literally be worshipped by his thousands of Western devotees.
Not only do these things trigger emotional and mental diseases, which have been known to place people even in insane asylums for the rest of their lives, but they also recognize that these exercises can open your soul and your mind and your entire being to a takeover by demonic forces.
It is a love relationship. Master and disciple. Something happens in your heart when you see a master.
Bhagwan is my master and I love him.
Bhagwan's my master.
Part of his required allegiance demanded that his followers always wear orange, India's holy color, and a portrait of their master around their necks.
I did dynamic meditation every day. We also called it Kundalini meditation. It starts off with a cathartic breathing, and the reason for it is just to move your energy and to get you out of your head and into your body, and you just breathe. The next phase, the screaming phase of dynamic meditation, feels like when you finally had an opportunity to throw a tantrum when you were a little kid. By the time you get to the third phase of jumping up and down and yelling "Who," you're hardly there at all. And so it's pretty hard to remember what happens when you're there. I guess the closest thing I can associate it with is mindlessness. You get to a place where your mind actually leaves your body. Your body's just jumping up and down, and your voice from your gut is yelling "Who," and you're not doing it anymore. You become one with this whole energy. The next phase in dynamic is a quiet space. Someone yells "Stop," and you've just been doing 30 minutes of intense catharsis. And what happens after being in such incredibly intense movement for so long is just a feeling of peacefulness and stillness. My mind actually stops, and I feel a oneness with the whole universe.
Has the human race learned nothing from its own mistakes?